Hi friends, Chip here. Today, we are going to talk about shaders. So shaders are ready-made mini programs that instantly add smooth, animated artistic textures such as noise, halftone dots, and fluid backgrounds that you can design and export directly into code such as React and vanilla JavaScript. So for the first exercise, we are going to recreate this bento grid section on Expo.dev. As you scroll down, you're going to see this grid section that says the Expo SDK. What attracts my attention is basically this animated logo. We're going to do that by going to paper. So if you haven't yet, you can download paper from paper.design. So the first thing that you wanted to do here is on the left side panel, you can see the very bottom icon here that says shaders. You can click on this or you can just tap on S and come to liquid metal and you can just tap this on. And I previously had the SVG save, which is the Expo logo SVG. I'm going to just paste it in, and this is how you can see how it looked like. And there are different parameters on the right side here that you can adjust. For example, the repetition here means that the patterns will be repeated more times, right? I'm going to just undo the action. For contour, it means how the animation is reacting with the edges. So this is how it looked like if I were to increase it. We are going to leave this relatively untouched. For distortion, this is how it looks like if I were to increase it significantly. For softness, you can see like these patterns are actually kind of becoming softer, more blurry. So for angle, you can basically see how to adjust the degree for the angle of the animation. For read shift, I might be maybe toning this down a little bit more. For blue shift, this is how it looked like if I were to increase it. Okay, and for speed, this would be faster if I were to adjust the speed more. And scale, I can increase the logo size if I wanted to, or decrease it back to the default. And for the fill, so for this background, basically what I can do is to remove the fill here, and I'm going to paste it back in here as well. What I can do if I were to resize this is to press shift and resize it like that and paste it back in. So you can see there are two liquid logos. I'm going to resize it back to the same size. I'm going to recenter it for a little bit. Okay, there we go. So this is how it looks like for the first animated logo. So for the first logo, that was relatively simple because I thought that would be a good warm-up exercise if you are doing shaders for the first time. Now let's proceed for the second exercise where things get a little bit more interesting. So I have the Razer, let's say the hypothetical Razer footer on the top here. Let me just zoom in detail for a second. You have this Razer logo. The wordmark is at the bottom, and we're gonna recreate these three things. First one is the logo, the wordmark, and then also the smoke screen that is animated at the bottom. So let's go with the first logo at the top. What we're gonna do is again go back to the bottom navigation here and click on shaders. Instead of liquid metal, I'm gonna use gem smoke in this case. And as you can see here, these are like the default placeholder. You can change to different shapes, circle or daisy, for example. Basically show you these animated shaders. I will be using the Razer logo in this case, the SVG I have here prepared. And what you can see here next is that it's already reflected here. And I'm going to move this here for a second, and The size, I can reduce it if I wanted to. So for the color, let me just quickly refer back to the previous logo that I've created. We can use the exact same hex code. So this would be white color at first. I'm going to paste it in. And the second followed by the light green, and together with the darker green as well. Oops. Okay, so we need to swap these two colors. They are at the wrong sequence. Okay, so it looks more like it. So basically the white color is at the very top, followed by the lighter green and the darker green as well. So what happened is I can adjust the speed, the angle. Let's say this angle can be something like that. Let me just zoom in a little bit more on this. Different angle, offset this, and then the inner glow. Okay. Alright, so that looks like it's starting to come together. So what I'm gonna do next is actually to frame this. I'm gonna click this as frame and click content, and the content would always be at the center, and I will be okay. So for this content, I will be reducing we'll be cropping the frame. Okay, there we go. This is the logo that we have just created here that will fit right in. Let's get the dimension for this for 264 or 266. So let's reduce to that. I'm gonna reduce this logo 264. Okay, I'm gonna reduce this logo to 264. Okay, and this needs to be changed as well. So it looks like it's fitting in, and I'm going to copy this over here on the hero section. There's a little bit of spacing at the top. Okay, that looks right. For the second one, we are going to go with the Razer wordmark, and how I'm going to do this is again on the shaders here. For the darker green color, we're going to use this. Okay, so remove the fill in this case, and again I will be also for the outer glow, I will be reducing it like that. And what I will be working on for the wordmark is, you can see here the outer distortion is 100%, inner distortion is 67. I will be applying gem smoke here as well, and choosing the file as the wordmark. So basically the Razer wordmark would be here. You can see this looks cool already. Again, let me just quickly refer back to the value I've previously kind of play around with. We are going to use back the same lighter green color, which is here. We are going to follow back on the same value, 67. Okay, so here are some reference and we can adjust this. The inner glow 61. So we'll be adjusting these parameters depending on how you like it. You can adjust it, see how it looks like on the logo itself. For the inner glow, I'm gonna maybe just reduce it for a little bit, so there's more colors that are being shown here. And for the inner distortion, for the size, okay, that's about right. We can again create a frame around this, frame selection, and clip content. Again, we can clip content like that and then resize it. Okay, so the Razer wordmark is supposed to come on top of the Razer logo, right? So I will be also resizing this real quick. Okay, let me just maybe undo this clip for now. So the wordmark is supposed to be H to H to the... So I'm gonna enlarge it like that. Oh, right now it looks too big, but we will be... Okay, so that looks about right. Okay, so the frame, I will adjust this as well. Okay, so make sure this actually centers to the artboard. And yeah, so that is basically it for the footer, for the first two, for the logo and also the wordmark, right? You can adjust the different parameters, refine it further if you wanted to. So for the third section, which is basically this smoke screen at the bottom section, how we're gonna use this to achieve this effect is by using, there's this thing called smoke. Give me 1 second, the smoke ring. Okay, so at the very bottom you can select this, and basically what I did was just by changing the color, you can see that this already has a very interesting pattern in itself. I'm gonna go at this fill here and change this to green. Okay, so this is not right. So basically I want this ring to have a black color and the foreground. Okay, so the foreground should be green and the fill should be black. Okay, so in this case, you can see that the background is actually black, and then we are going to basically enlarge the entire smoke ring to fill this space. So the text that's above it can actually show a little bit more to make it more legible. So the simple way to do this is by enlarging it, and you can see that I will be also changing the parameters here by making it like filling it up for the entire space. And the radius, actually the radius can be adjusted as well in this case. The inner shape can be adjusted whether you can want it to be smaller. I think I can see that the effect here is like smoother as well. You're making it smoother. The noise, you can, wow, this is pretty cool. So you can adjust this noise the scale as well, and the iterations here, the noise iterations. So I like this pretty much, right? Slightly different than the first version that I did, but what is interesting is that it's basically a playtime where you play around with these different parameters and see what works. And again, the other thing I'm gonna do is to frame this and clip it. So basically, I'll be cropping it until the bottom section shows. Okay. And I will be adjusting the layer as well, the different layers here. So it should be at the very bottom section where you can see. Okay, so this smoke, this is the bottom section. Okay, so you can see these are different patterns, right? If you were to go side by side, you can see that this is slightly different. I can also make this, reposition it. I can also reposition this smoke ring to the very bottom, like that. And reduce it if I wanted to, reduce the scale. So I have a little bit more like black, on the edges, right? Can make this scale a little bit more. And I kind of like this, like kind of blending in partially as well. Have a little bit more thickness in this case, right? The radius. So in this case, yeah, the radius, I can adjust this maybe a little bit more, where you can see kind of like a black hole in between, right? So this is the final one, how it looks like. I hope you like it. And we are gonna go to the third one, which is the hero section of the website. So for the third showcase, I would like to walk you through a hypothetical website hero section that I have created. In this case, I'm going to show you how I recreate this hero section, the background image. Basically, make it more interesting, and there's some kind of mysterious look into it. And how I did it was, this is the original image I pulled from Pexels. I will leave the link below to credit the author. Thank you for providing this image. And basically how I did it was, you can open this shader, go to Fluted Glass. In this case, you can see it's kind of like a glass texture. I'm going to change this to the one that I have here for the image that I've already downloaded. And you can see here that it looks pretty interesting, right? But a few things that we wanted to adjust. First one is you can see that you can change the shape to irregular lines or waves, for example. I think this is pretty cool. We are going to leave this to line for now. And the main thing I wanted to change here is the size. So right now, you can see that the different vertical lines are pretty close to each other. I would ideally want the lines to be having more gaps in between, so that would make the image a little bit more dynamic to look at. In this case, that where the space is actually becoming larger in between, I can tweak the highlight here. So if I were to increase it, it basically make the lines seems like a little bit more stronger and it's clearer, more crisp to look at. You can see that if I were to increase the shadow, it looks like this. Angle, this is pretty cool as well. Basically adjust the different angle for this image. The distortion, so if you were to distort this, how it would look like. This is the original image, and there's a little bit of the distortion that I would like to leave it as it is, but maybe not too much. I think it looks pretty cool with a slight distortion, but maybe not too much. So the shift, in this case, you can see that it's shifting a little bit of blur. I think would do some good. Edges as well. So basically the edges would reduce the opacity on the edges. Basically, I kind of like this. Let me put this inside the hero section. So let me just quickly show you as well what I have here. I have an overlay that basically smoothly go from the gradient transparently from left to right. So that would make the image a little bit more smoother. You can see here that the image is looking like that. Okay, so in this case, I'm gonna change this to okay, there we go. So the overlay needs to be on top of a layer than the image in itself, and so that would make the whole hero section a little bit more toned down for the image, and the text is actually more legible to read as well in this case. So this is the first variation that we have. So the other tool that I would like to quickly show you is the preview tool built by Pydex that combines both Steven open source paper shaders and also Alex UI kit. Basically, Pydex built these, credits to him for building this tool. So the tool looks like this, where you can see some of it is in Mandarin. You can basically translate it. What I would use is also I've spotted some menu items are still in Mandarin, so I would just update this by clicking on Safari browser translation to translate to English. So I'm using the ASCII art, which is the option at the very bottom. What you can see here is if I were to enlarge on this image, you can see these pretty cool patterns, right, that contains different characters started showing up, and can adjust the size of this. So you can see it a little bit more clearly. And the density as well. Exposure. So this is the uniform. If I were to maybe change it to completely uniform. Log shape. Symbol. Number. So you can see 102 here. If I were to just use classic. And I can actually adjust this as well, so you can see what is included here for the ASCII art, and what happens if I change it back to add the background in. So for scatter, I decrease it because previously if I were to increase it, it doesn't look so obvious. I decrease this to 0, that's 1. The fuzziness, I can also increase the fuzziness of this. And if I like this, I can save the picture. Let's go back to this. So I'm gonna duplicate the artboard and I'm gonna place this image in here. and replace this. So as you can see here, you have two different options. The one on the right here is using the ASCII art. The one on the left here is using the Fluted Glass, right? What I really like about these shaders is basically helping you to elevate the design and see more interesting images by applying all these visual effects on top of it. That gives your design a little bit more texture and quality that's required for this, and not so boring just in general. So the fourth one is really inspired by Tran, where he posted this thread on showcasing how he created this button for the AI agents. And I'm going to show you in a bit here how I recreate this. You can see there are two different layers here. First one is the one at the very top, the sparkle. The second one is basically the one at the bottom where you have the simple circle. So the next one really is, we're going to use the liquid metal again. And in this case, I'm going to swap the shape with circle. And it looks like that. Not much that we need to change here, but we do need to add a kind of a layer of opacity, kind of a blurred image on top of it. So in this case, let me try to adjust the image here and make this look a little bit bigger. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I can adjust this if I wanted to, maybe reduce the red color for a bit. And in this case, this is a rectangle, but I basically make the radius to be full, and I'm using 70% of the field to be this gray color, right? So I'm gonna change it to the same gray and increase the radius. And the other thing I wanted to do here is to increase the blur as well, because in this case, I'm gonna use this to make this a little bit more legible for the sparkle icon on the top. So this is how it looks like. So what happens here is I should be using not the layer, but the backdrop to apply the blur to be 10th. Okay, that's pretty good. And I will be using the resize. Okay, so that looks great. Last but not least, for this sparkle icon on the very top, I will be using, again, going to the shaders. In this case, let me remove the fill real quick. Maybe not so much of the color, but let me see if I can reduce the number of colors that are listed here. Okay, that looks... Okay, so this would be making sure that the glow is only within the shape size. And I'll be choosing the file here, which is the Sparkle SVG. And you can see here, this is... Okay, I want to have a little bit of the white color here, that's why I added this. And resize this. Make sure this is on top of the image. And that looks like it. So again, I can adjust the contour here, make it a little bit more reactive with the edges if I wanted to. One thing I would like to quickly show you here as well is I was also applying the pulsing border, right? So the pulsing border, how it works is, again, let me just remove the fill here. Basically, remove all the color and apply the foreground to be like that. So you can see here that the pulsing border is is in white color, and what I did was basically reduce the number of thickness, so it looks more crisp in this case, the roundness as well. Okay, but you get the idea how I apply this. So basically I apply it like that. It basically looks like something that is circling the outer Okay, there we go. So you can see here, it looks like something that's circling outside of this. What I did here was basically I apply another layer on top of the pulsing border where it looks a little bit more realistic. You can see here, this is basically how I achieved the animated pulsing border effect, whereby the border looks like this is being highlighted. So you can see here, these are the 3 different shaders effect that I have applied here for making this work. Last but not least, I would like to quickly show you how I achieve the image effect. Thanks to Mehmet for showcasing this mountain background, which I will be using for my demonstration. So if I were to go back to paper, again, let me remove this for now. Okay, so in this case, I have this sign up page here. So basically, if we were just be using a plain background, for example, that would look quite plain. But if I were to make this sign up page a little bit more interesting by adding a background image, what I can do is, again, going to the shaders. This is Halftone CMYK, and you can see here there are like interesting texture that's being applied for this flower image. I can click edit, and I have the image here already downloaded, and this is how it looks like. So there are different types of parameters that you can adjust, for example, like the dots, ink, and the sharp. So I like the ink a little bit more, and you can see that the size also, right, like as you adjust, it would increase, and the grid noise, right, so you can increase the grid noise so that it has a little bit more texture. I personally would want to maybe reduce the red color here that's being applied. Okay, so that's good. And the grain as well. The gain for a cyan. And let's say you can do drops. Newspaper, we're gonna go with default for now. And yeah, this is pretty much it. Pasting this here within the frame. And I will be resizing it. Okay, so that's pretty much how it looks like. I added an overlay at the bottom, so that's making the text easily readable, but you can see these are the backgrounds that make this very interesting, kind of the visual effects that's being applied on top of the image, and that makes the sign up page a little bit more interesting with the UI elements as well that's being showcased here. So there you have it, friends. These are the 5 different showcase for the shaders that I've experimented on. Hopefully this is helpful to you as you pick up paper shaders. And if you like this tutorial and find it helpful, please give it a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comment below what are the different UI interfaces that you're using shaders on, how you make it a little bit more interesting that helps to elevate your design. I would love to see how you apply shaders in your design projects. I'll be sharing all the resources, the background images, the logo SVG, alongside with the paper link as well if you're interested to explore more and play around it, in the YouTube description below. I look forward to see how you use shaders for your next project. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.